This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe, and let's get right into the news. All right, so we're talking about Offset and Lil Tjay in a little bit, but let's get right into the other stuff real quick. We get Lewis Hamilton and Kim Kardashian doing commercials and movies together now. There's a lot of circulating about them being together. Yeah, we'll see how that goes, but that doesn't even matter. Then we got Lil Tjay is speaking on this altercation on a new news thing. We're gonna get to that in a second. He's accusing Offset of being a rat. Okay, so also Brian McKnight's son wants to know what he should change his name to. We don't care, bro. Like your dad. It's unfortunate. I have a dad like this. They don't want anything to do with you. You know, like he cared and he didn't care, and he just called his dad out publicly, and then it unraveled, and his mom, and the dad breaking up and him moving on and having another family. She wrote a book about him. I mean, it was a big mess, you know, publicly. Clarissa Shields gets a Van Cleef book and thinks she's special, but she spent a lot of money at Van Cleef. They do things like this. They sent you a book. And, you know, she's letting us know she got a book. You know, Mr. Skinny TV puts her on blast and says, nobody cares. It's true. You know, Clarissa Shields, you're great at boxing. Focus on boxing. He's right. You act like you haven't experienced all this stuff when you say you've been getting money for years. It shouldn't even be a big deal. G Herbo, and I forget her name. The Fabulous's stepdaughter, right? They're in Dominican Republic. Just what it is. I guess they're gonna get married. We'll see. Lil Tjay's mugshot has been released. He was arrested for disorderly conduct in operating vehicle without a valid license in Florida. I thought his lawyer came out and said he wasn't arrested. Well, he wasn't arrested specifically for Offset, right? That's maybe what he was saying. But he was arrested, and more charges will probably come. Offset has been photographed in a wheelchair outside of the hospital. Offset is so out of control with gambling. Even Ebro tried to come out and say, yeah, he did a bet with me and never paid on it for $5,000. I'm not worried about the $5,000. You're worried about the $5,000. If you had loaned him $5,000, like Lil Tjay loaned him $10,000 gambling, you'd want your cash back. You didn't really lose anything when you made a bet with him for an imaginary amount of money and no money was put up on the table. So it's like you wouldn't, you know, it's like money, nothing came out of your pocket. Lil Tjay lost $10,000, and it feels like it's beyond the $10,000. At one point, it feels like somebody's just playing with you. It messes with your mental. And it's true. And Offset told him in a DJ Academics interview to get it back in blood. Lil Tjay revealed that. He said that in a text message. He said, Offset texted me and said, get it back in blood. So Lil Tjay gets released, and he says that Offset is a rat. He was like, I had nothing to do with it, but he was pointing the finger at me.
The last thing I seen was Offset looking at me like this. Yo, that shot me. That shot me. La 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 is a rat. I don't do no damn fighting.
Man, you just want to tell us what happened?
Did I shoot? Crazy.
They're saying you were disorderly.
Did he put his hands on you?
The last thing I smacked the out of Offset. He would never play with me like that in his life.
Does somebody owe you money?
Ask Offset.
He owe you money?
Ask Offset. Smack the out of
Now, how Lil Tjay keeps getting released is beyond me. He's been shot, caught with guns again in New York, caught with guns again, now fighting with a gunshot involved in Florida, still gets released. He just keeps getting released. It's like, what? Like any one of us would be in jail. What is he doing to get out? Please tell us the cheat code. How can you commit crimes and get out of jail every time? We need to know. We know. The Board of Deputies. Now, we'll have more on that. Let me put that over. Hold on one second. Let me put. What just happened to my screen? Let me put. Okay, this is not. This might be out of focus right now, guys. I'm sorry. But anyways, let me put up the lawyer. What's his name? Lauren or whatever. Let me put his thing up because this relates to this. Now, he's the lawyer for Kodak Black, and now, he was Pooh Shiesty's lawyer at one point, and he is again, obviously, because now Pooh Shiesty's back in trouble. But he comes out and says, interesting case, even if charges filed, I don't think they will go far. I don't see Offset assisting in criminal investigation. They will, however, have video, and even the police will be able to put this together. I'm not sure how far it goes with an uncooperating victim, though. The civil suit is more interesting. The failure to provide adequate security is interesting in the issue. Many issues at Hard Rock. So they're not providing proper security, and it's a good question. His name is Law Ronan, okay? And make sure you go follow him on Instagram. He has a lot of followers anyways, but he's a good lawyer. And he makes sense when he talks, unlike a lot of other lawyers, Now, we have the Board of Deputies of British Jews. Never heard of this before in my life. They don't want They said Kanye's song about Hitler, Kanye's song about talking about the Jews and the community and everything, right? Kanye was having an episode, I guess, obviously, and said a lot of things about Jewish people that I don't understand why he would say that, to be honest with you, because it's like you're hurting people, I don't care how you feel. You're hurting people. You're a public figure. It is wrong. I'm not saying it isn't wrong, right? But what I will say is that this isn't the way to punish somebody, okay? If he's booked at the Wireless Festival and you ban him from coming in your country, right? So the UK bans him from coming in because of his comments in the past. You're definitely not a free country, right? It's comments, it's words, right? He didn't do anything. He didn't commit a crime. And this is how you try to punish him. All you do is make him bigger doing this, okay? He was supposed to head Wireless for 3 days straight. Wireless stood by him, and then Wireless got canceled. Okay? And they're going to get a refund. It's almost like the guy at Wireless is sick of throwing this festival and wanted to put Kanye on there and really stir up some controversy. Now, Kanye wrote a letter and said he's willing to sit down with all the people he hurt. They said they're willing to sit down as long as he doesn't do the Wireless Festival this year. So you want to stop his money. They're like, yeah, you can do it. But if you perform and make money, no. But what if he donated some of the money to you guys? It might be a different story. Correct? This is nothing against anybody. It's just human nature, right? Could be any religion. Once you're willing to donate some of the money to them, it's okay now. Let's see how that plays out, because I think that's what will happen. I think Wireless will go on. What Kanye will do is say he'll dedicate one of the nights to the people he's hurt, because it was wrong, and Kanye does have to rectify those things, right? No matter what group he offended, right? Like, if it happened to be Christian people, Jews, whatever. It was wrong, and he was having an episode, and there is no excuse for it. You can't just say, oh, yeah, I was having, you can't just say I was having an episode, okay? There's a lot of wrong here. But Kanye is very important to music. There's people that are important to music. There's people that aren't important to music. Is DJ Khaled important to music? We're going to get to him in a second. I think he's more detrimental than effective anymore. He does everything for money. Everybody does everything for money, but with Khaled, he just throws some garbage together. Did you see that? Remember that thing he threw together with Buju, Vibes Cartel, Movado? It was a hot trash. You didn't even have Russian or somebody put it together that actually understands dancehall, okay? DJ Khaled thought, I've listened to dancehall my whole life. I'm going to throw it together. And it didn't come out that great, did it? Because you can't just throw a bunch of people on a track and make it good. It has to come from... They should actually all be in studio together. To be honest. Okay? Before we get to that, Rollo says the blogs twisted his words. Okay, so Rollo is a streamer now. Let's see. These were his words. Look.
You know what I hate? I hate when they make them line-ass titles and say, Rollo said the Pooh shiesty would have robbed him like he did Gucci, then he would have sent his ass to God. Nah, that ain't what the fuck I said. I said if anybody would have did to me what they accused of what Buddy did to him, then I would have waited and sent their ass to God.
How is it any different? Is it any different? I would have waited and sent their... So you would have waited. But whatever. Let's see. Someone says, Rollo, don't explain yourself. You said what you said. Feel some type of way. Make the call or go with the move. Atlanta versus everybody. Or is he talking about Gucci Man doing what to Pooh shiesty? I don't, first of all, this whole thing is weird.
Well, in my opinion, if somebody would have did that to me, I would have sent them to God. I would have sent them straight to God. I would have waited and waited until I got the right moment. I sent them to God.
So to me, he's saying the same thing.
I want to never did. That's just my way of doing things.
Okay. Hey, man. It is what it is. Rollo's Rollo, all right? I have nothing against Rollo. Pooh shiesty's father to be moved to jail in Texas. Prosecutors told the judge Friday they want William Sr. kept in custody. They will file to have his release order revoked in the next week. All right, so that's how they want him for this case. DJ Khaled keeps teasing a new song. Now, this is what I talk about. This guy takes songs, flips them now. This is the cheat code, and everybody's on his balls here. Oh, my gosh. Look at Memphis Blake. Everybody's in here. Oh, my gosh, Khaled. Put me on the track. Because he's always being posted in the blogs. He actually did an opposing commercial to Rick Ross's, Rick Ross still has a Wingstop or two, right? And he did a commercial for Buffalo Wild Wings. No loyalty. So he's teasing the affirmative reaction. It sounds like he's going to, every song, everyone has affirmative reaction on it. So I assume he's going to release a remix on the 10th. Who knows who's on it? Who knows what it's going to sound like? And why would you play with such an amazing record? If you have any respect, you wouldn't touch that record, okay? But you know what? Khaled's the only person I've ever seen take... I'm not talking God did. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about he has a bunch of songs with Jay-Z at one point that did nothing. It's Jay-Z and Beyonce. He even shot videos to them. Nothing. They flopped. He flopped on a whole dancehall song with Vybz Kartel. Now, who's this going to be? Is Drake actually going to do a song with him or not? That would be a big mistake on Drake's part, to be honest with you. You got to let Khaled, be where he's at. But he even roped in Vybz Kartel into this. He has Vybz Kartel, and it's like a little movie. He's like, I heard you're dropping a new record. He says, wow, it's big. It's like, who cares? But Vybz Kartel got to stop. Vybz Kartel drops a record every week. Every week. Let's see, the song with, 6 months later. The song only has 1.7 million listens on it. I mean, that's pitiful to have Vibes Cartel, Buju, Bounty Killer, Movado. I mean, everybody's on this song. It's crazy. Let's see. Look at Vibes Cartel. And I love Vibes Cartel's old stuff. His new stuff, like, it's hit and miss, you know. Hit and miss. People rarely come out of jail. I mean, it's rare and have the same vibe. Your mentality's changed forever, you know. So I'm not saying anything's bad. Let's see. Okay, Babyfather, Uptown Rhythm, 23,000 views. Like Vibes Cartel, it's just not working anymore, you know. He struggles to break 500,000, even 100,000 views. Sometimes. Let's see, here's one. Let's say he can put out a song and it does maybe 200,000, right? Now he has a new song with Shensia. He's featured on it. That did 1.7, and that's not that good either. Shensia was definitely getting assistance from Interscope. They were botting like crazy, allegedly. All right? Because it would be like 10 million, 15 million. Let's see her song that she put out. This is like, there's just so many other artists that come out of dancehall that don't get enough, like, that don't get enough attention. There's a whole new, like, breed of people, that are way better, you know? Let's see. But they just don't get deals. And nobody's putting them on the forefront like that, you know? Let's see. She had a song called Panic. It's a song with Vibes Cartel. Wait, it has 2 songs. Okay, this one has 2 million. The other one has 1.7. Morocco remix, Time for Me, 315. Let's see. She has this other song. Is this it? No, Boss Up, 6 million. And this was supposed to go, and it did. That's not going for a label. They're like, okay, we put this into it. She's on Columbia now. I don't think she's gonna get an album. And she's not bad, to be honest with you. It's just all gimmicks. It's just like nothing feels real anymore, you know? We're in a bad time. Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. When the hype button pops up. I started late today. Apologize, okay? But I'm tired. We're gonna get it, but I'm trying to get back to normal as fast as possible. Trust me, I'm back home. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, being patient with me, and I'll check you on the next one. Peace.